Dave Walsh. Well, when companies are expanding globally, there's a lot of proactive planning that has to happen, and there's a lot of reactive planning that has to happen. Because when you're crossing into a foreign jurisdiction, there are tax laws, there are immigration laws that companies have to follow, but there's also ways to structure your affairs, and each jurisdiction is different. If you're going to go into the United States, or if you're going to go into Europe, or if you're going to go into Asia, it's not one size fits all. You have to tailor your structure, and you have to tailor the way you plan your affairs according to the rules and laws in that jurisdiction. When you think of the strength of the Canadian economy, when you think of the growth opportunities in Canada, as well as jurisdictions like the United States, the U.S. tax reform has actually been very beneficial. It's significantly lowered tax rates, and for companies in the past that may have been hesitant to expand the United States, I see a lot of optimism from Canadian companies wanting to expand into the United States market. It's an enormous market. They now have a more friendly tax regime. I see a lot of excitement by Canadian businesses, both expanding across Canada as well as expanding into the United States. The U.S. economy is very strong right now, and the Canadian companies are benefiting from that, and I see a lot of excitement with their expansion opportunities into that market. So when a company is expanding globally to a foreign jurisdiction, could be the United States, could be another jurisdiction, they need to determine a number of different things. The first thing they need to determine is what goods and services are being provided. Every business is different. What's the nature of the products that you're selling, or what are the nature of the services you're providing? We as your advisors need to fully understand what that is, and you need to think ahead in terms of how you're going to be providing those services. Second thing you need to consider is what structure would you like to take as you're providing those services or selling those goods. Do you want to have an entity present in the United States? Would you like to provide those services from Canada? Would you like to do it by way of a partnership? There's a number of different entities that you can take on, and we need to make that decision as well. Third thing you need to consider is your employees that are resident in Canada. Do you want to be sending them down to the United States? Would you rather hire new employees resident in the United States? Would you like to provide some of those services from your employees in Canada? What does your employment structure look like as you're expanding into the United States? Those are three key things right from the outset that a company would need to consider. We have a great culture in BDO. It's a very entrepreneurial culture. We love working with mid-market enterprises and entrepreneurial businesses. And we ourselves as a firm, we have a very entrepreneurial culture. So we know what it takes to help entrepreneurial businesses succeed, and we love helping those entrepreneurial businesses succeed.